Hi Palmyra students, my name is Mrs. Wader. I'm the director of the Outdoor Education Program. Today you're going to get a personalized tour of Camp Swatara. So we're going to take you through the entire campus, which is what we used when we come to camp in the spring each year. I'm really excited to be able to show you guys camp. I'm excited for us to come out in the spring and for you to get here personally. Camp Swatara is located at the foot of Blue Mountain in northwestern Berks County. It takes us about 35 minutes to get here from Palmyra. Coming to camp each spring is definitely my favorite time of the school year. When I come onto campus, it brings excitement for the adventures ahead and reminds me of the special times I have already experienced with the students and staff in the past. Students often refer to camp as a magical place, but I always remind them that it's the people who make the magic happen here. This is the main camp road. It brings us to this stone parking lot at the East Lodge, which is the hub of everything we do at camp. The East Lodge is often referred to as the rec hall. This area of the building is the social hall. There are many fun activities and memories made in this room during your time at camp. This is where we hold our opening campfire if we can't be outside. The square dance, Yee-Haw, camp movie, as well as our skit show and closing campfire. This is the same room where thousands of Palmyra 7th grade students before you have participated in the same experiences and traditions. Lots of memories have been made here, but there is always room for more. Next spring, you will have your opportunity to make memories with your friends for a lifetime. Our camp nurse will be located here in the social hall. If you need to take a medication during your time at camp, whether it is a prescription or over-the-counter medication, your parents must have a doctor complete a blue medication form for each medication that you will take. Your parents will also complete a confidential health form where they will indicate any health needs or food allergies that you have. The nurse distributes medications to students in the morning, at lunch, at dinner, and at bedtime. If you need a medication at a specific time other than those, the nurse will make sure that you get it when needed. If you have an inhaler, you will carry it with you in case it is needed. You are also encouraged to bring your own refillable water bottle to have for the week. This is the dining hall where we have all of our meals. Typically, this room is wide open without the partition that you see in the middle. We sit by cabins for meals and evening snack, so you can continue to build connections and relationships with your cabin mates and cabin counselors. We came in the entrance door, and the exit door is on the other side. There are go and stop signs above each door to help students remember which direction to go as they come in and leave the dining hall. The reason for this is because we have cruisers carrying hot food and pitchers of drink for each table that he or she is serving. Each of you will be assigned cruiser duty. What does a cruiser do? Cruisers prepare place settings for the students who are sitting at their table. They put serving bowls of food and anything else that is needed for the meal before students arrive. Cruisers also get additional food during the meal if needed. They also clear the table and wipe it down at the end of the meal. The teaching staff is also in the dining hall setting up the staff tables, so they are there to help the cruisers. The chef at camp and his cooking staff keep us well fed during camp. Our breakfast typically consists of a hot meal, such as eggs or pancakes, along with cereal options, pastries, and a fruit and yogurt bar. Lunch consists of a hot meal, which is usually a sandwich of some type, and sides. Dinner typically has a salad bar, in addition to the main hot meal that is served. The end of meals gives us an opportunity for cabin songs, announcements, student recognition, and class updates. Students are expected to have appropriate manners during mealtime and to be respectful of those students who are serving and helping with meals. As we leave the rec hall and come out of the building, we're going to walk around to the back of this lodge. This is the back porch of the East Lodge. This is where Stream Study class meets. Stream Study is a triple period class, and you will be given instructions and directions from your teacher here, and then move down to the stream for the rest of your class. It is very important that you plan to bring a separate old pair of sneaker or closed-toe shoes specifically for this class. You will be in the water and getting wet, so plan accordingly. This is the bathroom and shower house in the East area. Since you will be sharing bathrooms throughout your time at camp, it is extremely important to keep them clean. Each evening, we have a schedule for shower time for every cabin. Everyone must maintain good hygiene throughout the week since you are living with your peers. There are individual shower stalls with changing areas for privacy. Bringing a shower caddy or something to carry your bath items in will be really helpful to keep track of your belongings. These are the cabins in the East area. This is the older part of camp. There are cabins on both sides of the bathhouse. There are approximately 12 to 16 students assigned to a cabin with 2 high school counselors. The counselors who are assigned to your cabin are in charge of keeping you and your peers safe, as well as to help you have an awesome time at camp. These high school juniors and seniors have chosen to return to camp as counselors to help give you an awesome experience. They loved camp when they were here in 7th grade, and they want to give back to the program. They will be here to be your friend and mentor, but they are in charge. You need to listen to them and follow the directions and expectations that they share with you while you're at camp. Your cabin will be your home away from home. You will get to bond with your cabin mates and counselors throughout your stay at camp. You will have cabin time after morning and afternoon classes. During that time, you will be asked to keep up on your daily journals in your camp notebook, create a cabin banner, work on preparing a skit to perform, and a song to sing during the week. You will help out with cabin duties, which include taking out the trash, cleaning up your bunk area, and making your bed every morning. The principals and myself complete cabin inspections every morning once classes begin, and we have daily awards for clean cabins. As we continue on our tour, you will see that we will follow a path which will loop around the main part of camp, which is where most of our classes are held. This is the Campfire Circle where we hold our opening campfire, weather permitting. The opening campfire is a way to celebrate the beginning of your outdoor education experience. This is one of the many special traditions that we have at camp. In addition to our opening campfire, this is where the Adventure Course class meets. For this class, you will need to wear long sleeves and long pants. From the Campfire Circle, you will walk with your teacher to the Adventure Course. There are evening recreation activities that are planned for you to have fun with your classmates and counselors. They include Gaga Ball, Foursquare, and Kickball. One Gaga pit is located here across from the Campfire Circle. This is one of the fields that you will use for kickball. It is also one of the ways to get to the stream for stream study class. Next along the camp path is the Nature Lodge, here on the left. Nature observation and expression classes are held here. Each class is one period. As the name implies, nature observation is where you will get to identify leaves, trees, and wildlife at camp. During expression class, you will have an opportunity to decorate a canvas drawstring backpack to take with you as a keepsake from your time at outdoor education. As we continue on our walk around camp, you will see off to the left the area where adventure course takes place. Camp Swatara has both a high ropes and a low ropes course. Our staff is trained to lead students on the low ropes adventure obstacles. This class allows you to have fun, challenge yourself, and learn how to work together as a group in order to overcome challenging obstacles. As our tour continues, the path will lead us up to the West Camp area. This is where the kickball field in the west area is located. We also use this Gaga pit located in the west area for evening recreation. The big building you see straight ahead is the West Lodge. This is where Star Lab class takes place. Your teacher will meet you on the front porch for class. Star Lab is 1.5 class periods. You will learn about longitude, latitude, why we have the 4 seasons, as well as identifying stars and constellations. Kids tell me that Star Lab is out of this world. Up behind the West Lodge is a covered pavilion where geology takes place. This is a 1-period class where you will learn how to identify rocks and minerals, as well as mine for chocolate chips from a cookie to see if you can make a profit. Geology is a rockin' good time. The west area also has cabins that we use for lodging. They are located on each side of the West Lodge building. Students who are assigned to these cabins have a further walk to classes, meals, and back from evening activities in the east area. Speaking of evening activities, you will want to make sure you pack a flashlight so you will have it to walk back from them. The cabins in the west area are newer than in the east. The bathrooms and shower stalls are located within the cabins. We are now heading back down to the east area. Again, our tour makes one big loop from the east area up to the west area and back down to where we began. Our next stop on the left is the North Lodge. This is where the nurse and teaching staff stay during camp. The nurse is available 24 hours a day for students. If you would need the nurse during overnight hours, you would let your cabin counselor know, and he or she would contact the nurse. The counselors have access to a walkie-talkie overnight, so they can communicate with the nurse and myself for any issues. As we circle back toward the east area stone parking lot, you will see a small staff house. Sometimes we use this as one of our student cabins if needed. The porch of this staff house is where both orienteering and survival classes meet. Orienteering class meets for 1.5 class periods. In this class, you will learn how to read a compass and then be sent out into the woods to find checkpoints. During survival class, you will learn how to build an effective and sturdy shelter, as well as how to build a fire through different methods. You must wear long sleeves and long pants for these classes. Right next to the staff house is the entrance to the Rockpile hike. This is one of the structured recreation activities that kids look forward to the most. This is a strenuous hike, but well worth the effort. Students really push themselves and set a goal to get up to the base of the rock pile. From there, students can choose to climb up on the rocks to see an amazing view from the mountain. The teaching staff leads the way and brings up the back of the group during the hike. Directly opposite the entrance to the East Lodge or Social Hall is a pavilion where Watersheds class takes place. At camp, I will remind you that it is located next to the dumpster. This class meets for 1 class period, and you will learn about how to protect our watershed, assess the quality of water, and see how pollutants impact our environment. This finishes up the main tour of the East and West camp areas, and we are back at the hub, the East Lodge at the stone parking lot. Next, we are going to travel down the 1-lane road toward the pond and family campground area. Following this road leads up to the family campground area. When we are at outdoor education, we use the entire campus, so there is a lot of walking. We spend our first afternoon here on this big open field. You will work in your class sections and have to communicate and problem solve to achieve success through a round of activities. You also participate in a fun prey-predator game, which teaches you about the life cycle of a salmon. 2 of our structured recreation activities are located up on this field. You will get to play frisbee golf on the camp's new disc golf course. Right next to that is the mini golf course, which you get to play with your friends as well. Now we're going to travel back down from the family campground area, and this will bring us to the pond. Fishing class meets here at the pond, and it is a double period class. You do not need to bring any of your own fishing gear. All of the equipment will be provided for you. Whether you have a ton or no experience at all, everyone has an opportunity to catch a fish at camp. Another activity that takes place here is boating. Students take the canoes and rowboats out on the water. The teachers will give you directions for safety. All students are required to wear a life jacket for boating. This wraps up our tour of camp. I hope you enjoyed it and that it gets you excited for outdoor education. I can't wait for you to get here in the spring.